Hello YouTubers and welcome to another beer review with me, Peter, the master of hobbits. Today, checking out some more beer that I picked up on Beer Dome. So thanks a ton to Beer Dome for the beer. This was something I really had my eyes peeled on because it's a West Coast Pale Ale. I love West Coast IPAs, pales, whatever. I really had such a kickback with wanting to go back to the West Coast beers because the modernized interpretations of them are so nice. So actually Ronald recommended that I try this brewery's Nelson Pilsner, which I have in the fridge. So they just had a huge selection of American beer come on the shop, and he was like, you should get that one. And I saw that one and I saw, oh, they also have a West Coast Pale Ale. Let me try that as well. So we're trying that one first, and which is going to be my first Drowned Lands Brewery beer from Warwick, New York. I don't know where that is, but in New York State. And this is Isabelle. So this is a West Coast Pale Ale on 5.5% with a unicorn on the label. And it says, slow down, stay a while, meet me at the Drowned Lands. So this is a West Coast Pale Ale with Cascade, Amarillo, Simcoe, and Citra. So it sounds like a really old school hop combo, but then you have a look at the beer in the glass, and that's what I like to see. New school, West Coast kind of beer. It is so pale yellow. This is more yellow than the Pilsners I just reviewed from St. Georgenbräu, Pilsner Helles. They also have a touch of like darker malts in there. It's decoction mashed or whatever, something like that. But a lot of these West Coast beers, it's just all extra pale Pilsner malts. Or just Pilsner malts, maybe a touch of wheat malt, maybe a touch of dextrine malts. Things like that to just keep the beers really crisp and clean and lively. So the hops really shine. It's a canvas for hops and it's clean yeast, so it's just all hop flavor. Nice white head as well. It doesn't look like it has a lot of carbonation, but yeah, it looks great in the glass. Slight haze to it. I didn't pour the entire can in, but we'll see how it is. And in terms of a canning date, I actually do not know, and I also did not look up online when they released this. So hopefully it will be somewhat fresh. Let's try it. Check out the aroma. Cheers. Classic West Coast. Very citric, very grapefruity, but there is modern, like bright tropical nuances, and a whiff of dankness. Yeah, Cascade really shines with like classic grapefruity, pithy, oily citrus aromas. And I think a lot of the modern nuances comes from Citra and Simcoe. It's interesting though. Amarillo is also really old school. It's interesting with Amarillo using that. It also has a lot of that oily citrus. It's not a hop you see used that much though anymore, I think, in a lot of modern beers. But this smells right on the nose. Like it smells exactly what I'd want when I read those hops on the can there. Super light, crisp malt backbone, next to no malt character whatsoever. There's a touch of something I picked up a lot back in the day in older American beers, or at least American beers with just a little bit of age. There's like a little bit of a black tea note, but that could also just be from the hops and the hop varietals in here. But yeah, I wonder when this was canned. Maybe I should just try and have a look on their Instagram page. So it looks like it's not a super fresh can. It's from early July, and we're early October now. So August, September, so like 3 months in the can. And that might be, why I got a little bit of a tea leafy note, because I only usually get that with older beers, but I'm impressed. It still feels very vibrant and alive. Lots of bright, like, dankness to it as well, and like really pithy, citrusy aromas, and like again, a slight bright tropical fruitiness, actually. Like a little bit of pineapple or something, and then classic, like, oily pine, too. It smells really good. It smells like a great pale ale. Let's try it. Cheers, and thanks to Beer Dome for the beer. Oh, that's a crusher. Oh man, I'd love to have tried this like dead fresh. That's almost like, yeah, it's definitely quite different in terms of your interpretation, just because of the CO2 levels. The CO2 level in this is really gentle. It feels like almost what like some of the East Coast farmhouse breweries would do. If you like Suarez or Hill Farmstead or some of these brewers where it's like a whole lot more gentle CO2. It's all right. I prefer a little bit more high CO2 levels in West Coast IPAs, but I don't mind it too much because it's so vibrant and flavorsome still. This is like, if you serve this to a lot of Danes, I think they think it was a West Coast IPA just because of the level of flavor. And this is a 3-month-old can. Must have been cold shipped or something, because this is holding up really well. But it's really classic hops on the modern West Coast IPA canvas. Clean, crisp, like easy drinkable beer. And that canvas of malt is just like so crisp, light, like just maybe slightly crackery. There's next to no malt flavor, which is what I love. The hops really get to shine. So there's loads of that like sticky, piney, and maybe not so sticky and resiny. It feels more like there's a lot of cold side hopping than like heavy hot side hopping on this one, because I'm getting loads of more like fresh, vibrant, like fresh young spruce tips or something like that than like really intense, oily, almost tea-like spruce tea or something like that. I don't get that much. It's more like fresh and vibrant. And the black tea kind of thing that I got on the nose, it's not really there in the flavor. So much flavor for 5.5%. So much vibrancy, which is really impressive. This is a brewery I want to drink more beer from now, just because of this one can, and I'm so stoked I have their Nelson Pilsner as well. If that's going to be anywhere near this, I'm going to love it. But yeah, again, zesty, grapefruity kind of flavors. There's a little bit of a bright, dank, cushy, pineapple kush type of brightness that I really love, which I find a lot in the modern West Coast beers from the West Coast. It has a bit of that. That vibrant, bright spruce tip, orange as well, grapefruit, pine. Like, it has lots of vibrancy and like old school flavor, but then it has a tropical twist, fresher, lemony, kind of citric vibes as well. This is dope. So if you love West Coast beers, I think this is a must. And I'm pretty sure that this is not going to be sold out on Beer Dome, because I think Drowned Lands is a brewery that's new to a lot of Europeans. And I think that since it's this West Coast Pale Ale, people are going to be like, oh, what hazies are there around? This I'd drink any day over any hazy. Really, really fucking great. I think I could go towards the world-class territory if I had this fresher. Like this, it's fairly close to world-class. It's like a 93, maybe a 94, small 94. And I think let's go 93. I think if I had this when it was just canned, I would have given it 4.5 or 95 on Untappd, 4.5 and 95 in real life, because this is just banging West Coast beer. It's rare you get beer with this much age holding up this much. In terms of the bitterness as well, touching point. It's good. It's there. It's restrained. It's not too overbearing. But yeah, a huge recommendation for me, guys, to check out Isabelle. It's probably still on Beer Dome because it's a West Coast beer, West Coast IPA, West Coast Pale Ale. They don't seem to sell out as quickly, but I hope that will change, because the West Coast is really making a comeback in the States, and it's awesome because West Coast beers are great, and it's really cool to see a brewery from New York nail the modern twist on these beers so well. And for a 3-month-old Pale Ale, holy crap, that is holding up so well in the can. Great job to Drowned Lands. And a brewery that I now will keep my eyes out for. I had a look on their Instagram page. What a beautiful place. Wow, it looked crazy. So yeah, if you guys had a chance to try Isabelle from Drowned Lands, let me know what you thought of it. Thanks a ton to Beer Dome for the beer. Link for the web shop is down below. And as always, remember to comment, subscribe, check out the Facebook fan page, and Twitter, and Instagram. Give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and ring the bell for future notifications about videos. And I'm going to say cheers in a delicious West Coast Pale Ale, and see you guys in another beer review.